Hi guys, this is Miss Carvalho, and in this first video, today we're going to talk about volume of rectangular prisms and cylinders. So a little bit of review. Perimeter is the distance around a figure, and it's found by using units like inches, feet, yards, miles, centimeters, millimeters. You're just adding up the distance around something. So that's one-dimensional. Area is found using square units, and you're covering a figure. So it's an actual square that's the same measurement on every side. So 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. This is a square foot. This is 1 square inch because it measures an inch on all sides. This is 1 square yard, which is much bigger than the foot, obviously. And 1 square mile is really big, and we write it like that, inches squared. That's whenever we're finding area and we're covering, like the floor or the walls. Volume, we're using a cube. So it's three-dimensional. It has a length, a width, and a height, and those length, width, and heights are the same in this cubic inch right here. Every side is 1 inch long. It's a cubic inch. This is a cubic foot. And in volume, we are taking these and we're filling up something with cubes. Okay? All right, so let's explore volume of this rectangular prism. So to understand what it means, let's start by filling the bottom of our prism with cubes, with unit cubes. And we're going to see how many this whole box will hold. We want to know how many cubes can fit inside of this prism. So if we start at the bottom and make one layer down here, this picture just represents how many are on the bottom layer, right? But volume is we got to stack them up, and we got to stack them up we have 4 of those sections that we had on the bottom, and that's what volume is. There's kind of a shortcut. So the bottom layer of cubes we found by doing 6 times 3. That was on that bottom layer, and then the rest of the volume is that we need those 18, but we need it 4 times. So we're taking the 18 that's on the bottom and multiplying it by 4 to get how many cubes filled up that whole prism, and it's kind of a shortcut. So the volume of the prism is 72 cubic units, because I don't think I said which one it is, but that's kind of the shortcut. And so we measured the length and the width on the bottom times the height, and that's how we get to this formula, length times width times height, for the volume of this prism. And that's as easy as it is, guys. So the base of this, like if I wanted to stack all those cubes on the bottom, I would do 12 times 6, and that's only the bottom layer. Like I've just put cubes on the bottom layer, but now I have to do that 8 times. So we always want you to write these 3 rows because we want you to get used to writing the formulas over and over again. And honestly, it doesn't matter which one you assign the length, the width, and the height. You can make the 8th the length, the 12 the width, and the 6 the height if you want to. So then the second row is where we put in our numbers. We substitute our numbers in for the formula. So the length was 8, the width was 12, the height was 6, so I put my numbers in the right place. And then I multiply them. And I get 576. And then remember on your weekly reviews, do not forget the units of measure. So these are cubic centimeters because I'm filling up this with cubes. I'm actually filling it up with cubes. All right, let's try this, this problem right down here, this prism. So this is kind of a shorter prism, right? But on the bottom layer, I'm still going to need to do that 20 times 2. So length times width times height. 20 times 2 is the length and the width. And how tall is this guy? 2. And 20 times 2 times 2 gives us 80. I think my third row got cut off. 80 cubic meters. That's how many that I can stack in there. Okay, volume of a cylinder. We are still putting cubes inside the cylinder for volume. Even though it's round, a cylinder is round, we are still going to fill it up with cubes. If we know how many fill up the base of the cylinder, then we can multiply it by the height, just like we did with the prism. So the volume is the area of the base times the height. But the base is in the shape of a circle on a cylinder. So since the area of a circle is found using area equals pi times the radius squared, we're going to substitute that for the base, for b. So we're still multiplying the base times the height, but in this case, our base is a circle. So our formula is pi times the radius squared, so that's the area of the base, and we're going to multiply it by the height. That's volume of a cylinder. Let's try a few problems. So we have been given the height. 6 feet is the height of our cylinder here, and the diameter, that's all the way across, is 18. But in our formula, we don't need to know the diameter, we need to know the radius. So if the diameter is 18, the radius is 9 feet. So in our formula, our second row, we're going to fill in our numbers, 3.14 times the radius, which I figured out was 9, squared, times the height, which is 6. And for this one, we get 1,526.04, and our, don't forget, cubic feet. You can write it like this or like this, as long as you remember the units of measure. And you can usually, we'll say to round to the nearest tenths place or hundredths place, but that is the volume. That's how many cubic feet would fit inside of this cylinder. And it's always a decimal because a cube doesn't fit inside of a cylinder exactly perfectly. So that's why we're always going to have that decimal, like part of another cube. All right, let's try one more of these. So in this case, I did give you the radius, and the height of our cylinder is 10. This is just a cylinder pushed over on the side, right? So our formula is pi r squared times the height. So 3.14 times the radius, which is 4, squared, times the height, which is 10. And hopefully you got 502.4 cubic meters that it would take to fill up that volume, that cylinder. Hope that helps, guys. Ask me lots of questions if you have any.